Hi, I'm Princess India, and these are whatever animal ears these are. And I'm here with your September mid-month special announcement. You are not grieving the loss of them. You are grieving the loss of who you wish they were. This has been a public service announcement. And the intro's coming right.
While love superficially, we can go from hello to epitome, manifesting destinies. Hey there, Cancer Bay. Welcome to your September mid-month reading. How are you? We're in my dining room. I needed to change the scenery, and I'm now realizing how much room I have here, and I'm kind of wondering why I haven't been doing this. But anyway, I have a 10-year-old, that's why. It's like you'd see a little head peeking, which may happen. Heads up. What you doing, Mom? And then you're just going to stand there. But anyway, welcome to your mid-month general energy reading for mid-September. I think I said that already, but it's pretty much what's going on with you guys into October. I've changed up the spread substantially. We are going to be looking at what's going on with you guys from a mental space, from a physical space, so that's body or environment, and then your emotional and spiritual space. Then we're looking at challenges, and then we're looking at actions moving forward. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end, we're going to pick 2 oracle cards, one from my new oracle deck, which is the Work Your Light deck, and then from the Chocolate Oracle deck, which is my absolute favorite in America. So Spirit, please give us clear and direct guidance for my Cancerian peeps. Please spit it. Clear and direct guidance. That's how we roll. That's how we work. That's what we want. That's how we do, you know? Clear and direct guidance. If my cards will stop sticking. So I'm going to shuffle one more time, then we're going to cut the deck and see what's going on with my Cancer people who are so amazingly awesome. You know what I'm saying? So what's been up, Cancer? You been crying? I'm joking. I'm going to leave y'all alone. I always fool with y'all. I know you ain't been crying because you like, you know, you all king of cupping and things, you know. Your emotions under control. But anyway, in your mental space, you guys have the 8 of Pentacles. Man, it's a lot of hard work that's going on. So you guys are kind of planning out something. It's like, in kind of what I fussed at Leo about. So hopefully you're not a Leo Cancer cusp. Because one side of you got a little part figured out, or you got fussed at in the last video, and now you're thinking about figuring it out, how you're going to put hard work in. But, you know, cooperation is a huge element of this, right? So it's you guys kind of making some changes in the arena of how you're approaching things in regards to your money, in regards to work. So it's knowing that there's work and effort and mastery that's needed, right? But now you're just kind of in this mental space of trying to figure out how you're going to attack this, or even where it is that you want to go with this. Now, in you guys' physical space, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Man, see, now if you are a Leo Cancer cusp, you guys are manifesting this super quick, okay? That means that y'all listened to the Leo reading and y'all were like, I need to get it together, and you thought about it, and all of a sudden you're manifesting opportunities already, dadgummit. I said it was going to happen, didn't I? Then in your spiritual and emotional space, you're coming out of the cold. See that there? See how fast that magician energy works for you? I'm so proud of you guys. So in your challenge position, we have the 9 of Swords. Where's my deck? Way over there, Jesus. And we have the Hanged Man, surrendering to flow. Because I kind of feel like this Ace of Pentacles isn't quite what you wanted. I feel like you wanted to get off for the 10, but hey, things take time. And then we have the Ace of Cups. So you guys challenge in all of this. I was going to make a joke, but I'm not. You guys challenge in all of this going into October is going to be to overpower your thoughts facing the demon. So again, to my Cancer Leo cusp people, that demon is what we talked about in, you know, the good old Leo reading. It's a manipulation, you know what I mean? It's trying to not graduate to power. It's trying to usurp power. You know what I mean? So surrendering to flow or the process, again, what I talked about in the Leo reading. So if you're a Cancer with Leo in your chart, or you're a Cancer Leo cusp, you really might want to check out that reading. So in so many ways that you making the decision of knowing, okay, now I have to go through the process. You're offered an opportunity. I was expecting the 10, but I got the ace. But truth be told, the 10 exists within the ace. It just needs you to have that 7 of Pentacles from the last reading, you know, to plant the seed and let the freaking seed grow. Just saying. Plant the seed and let the seed grow. And then you're going to be coming out of the cold by your own volition in a very honest way. But the key is here is the way that you've been thinking about things, there needs to be a shift in that. And I'm saying this in the sense of if you have Leo in your chart, cusp, or if you're just a Cancer, right? So for just my straight Cancer people, it's literally the fact that you've put in the work. The opportunity that you got is opening the door for you to come out of the cold. So if you've been struggling financially, there's an opportunity that's being presented to you to bring you out of the cold so you can go into, and I'm still saying building because it's still a building process of you kind of getting your head above water, so to speak. And that's why I say it's like the desire for the 10, because it's like you wanted a windfall, like you wanted something that was going to make the hard work that you've put in worth it, right? To where it's like, I'm not just head above water. It's like my whole body is out. I got a towel, you know, sitting under the hairdryer, all that, you know, but things take time, right? So the biggest thing is going to be here is not allowing your thoughts to get to you. And in the event, the thoughts are the fact that you're taking a new approach to life. It's making sure that you fight off these thoughts that are trying to tell you to backstep to what it is that you've come out of. You know what I mean? So for just my straight Cancer people, I'm feeling like that is you feeling like you're drowning. You know what I mean? So say if it's like bills, debt, things like that that are building up, or feeling overwhelmed, feeling like, you know, you're being everything for everybody, right? It's you guys like kind of warding off these little anxious thoughts that are trying to rise up, and like reground yourself and remembering, most important of all, to trust spirit and to trust the process, right? And then the other challenge is going to be you accepting, and I say this emotional offer, but I don't mean it in the sense of somebody like offering you love, but it's almost like the healing salve that spirit is trying to offer you, right? So it's more or less spirit saying, if you relinquish control, it's like you can have peace. You can have emotional stability that can relinquish all of this, right? If you just accept the process and trust that it's going to work out in your favor, right? But that's going to be a challenge for you to accept that, because I sense with this 9 of Swords, it's a level of anxiety. It's the fear of like, this is not enough. Like, yeah, you know, it's getting me a little bit over, you know, my bills and whatnot, but it's like, it's not enough. And it's like, what if, you know, X factor, what if something happens and I still don't have enough? So it's more or less trusting in spite of what things look like. When those thoughts come up, it's silencing them and reminding yourself of this, that spirit always makes good on promises, right? Now, saying this in the sense of like, I always say this, that spirit doesn't pay for, spirit does not order, okay? So it's like if you're outside of the path that you're supposed to be on, which you really can't be because you're always on the path, but if you're like kind of taking a detour, and when you notice a lot of resistance that's happening in your life and things aren't matriculating, it's like that's when it's time to kind of go back and rethink things, right? But I do see for you guys, you are progressing forward, but it's just don't allow fear to hold you captive and to push you back into your old way. Now, stepping back to my cuspy people or people with Leo in their chart, this old way of being is being manipulative. So it's you wanting love or you wanting to be respected, and it's manipulating people or using smoke and mirrors as a way to get your needs met. So it's not manipulating out of malicious intent, but it's manipulating out of a fear of not having or loss or being concerned with your own security. But it's like, you know, kind of pulling the wool over people's eyes for the benefit of self, right? So we want to make sure we don't want to do that, and we want to trust in what it is that we know, which is sticking to the process, putting in our work, and believing for the best, because what you believe will come true, because what you believe is reality. Now, your actions going forward, we have the King of Wands, So there may be a fire sign person that's of help, or that fire sign person may be you. And this is so funny because here is the freaking Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I got a lot of cuspers watching this sucker. Or a Cancer that's dating a Leo. And then the next card that we have is the Three of Swords. This is very interesting. All right. I'm sensing a little bit of jealousy here. Because I feel like for some people, the challenge of what it is that's making you anxious is feeling like doing things the right way is long drawn out bullshit. And it's like maybe seeing somebody who is fast tracking it the way that you may have been at one point in time, or maybe you've been like slow and steady wins the race and you see people kind of cutting corners, you know what I mean? And feeling like, okay, so why am I doing this? You know what I mean? And didn't Leo have this? No, they had the Queen of Wands. But it's like thinking like, you know, why the heck am I doing this? Because it's not giving me what it is that I desire. Like me having faith in the best outcome just is not enough for me. You know what I mean? But the thing that you guys, I'm stressing this, that you have to be reminded of, the center of your spread is the Hanged Man. It's taking on this new perspective and a new point of view and leaving this behind you. It's like being anxious, worrisome, and fearful about things is only going to draw more of that into your life. If you can embody this energy of knowing that things are going to work out, because my granny, another granny colloquialism, the Lord helps those who help themselves. You're helping yourself by doing the work and waiting for the outcome and being patient, you know what I mean, for your seeds to germinate. And even though at times it is going to piss you off a little bit to see people pass you up, but just like I said with Leo, it's just the simple fact that, you know, and it is like that story, the tortoise and the hare. It's like people who kind of cheat to get ahead, they will always be found out. It will be better for you to, you know, take the long way, to dot all of your I's and cross all of your T's, and to be able to receive what you deserve because you've worked for it, than to kind of cheat your way to it. Because if you do that, and I do feel like this is kind of like, you know, little forewarning here, it's like if you do end up becoming a tad bit embittered and kind of backstep into whatever mindset that this is that you guys are coming out of, and it kind of looks like you're getting away with murder in a sense, even though this isn't the Seven of Swords. But I mean, home dude is just like, bump this, I'm just gonna take my little pinnacle and deuce out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, in the event that you decide to not go with the flow and to kind of like jump ahead, it's like that's when this is going to be a heartache and loss type of thing, because you're going to have moved too quickly without giving the opportunity for these things to grow into the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, which are super dope cards. And the fact that you guys have the base energy for this to maturate, you know what I mean? It's like you're halfway there. But the thing is, the challenge for you guys most definitely is not falling back into your own ways and sticking with this new perception of being positive, believing the best, sticking with it. You know what I mean? Letting things grow, letting things mature. But this is just, like I said, the forewarning. If you guys end up jumping before time, you know what I mean, stepping back into those old ways, then you could end up losing everything that it is that you've worked for to this point, including your Ace of Cups and your Ace of Pentacles. Hope that makes sense. So it's like, just don't backstep, Cancer. Don't lose faith. Like that's really what I want to say. It's like, take heart, have faith, and keep working hard, because, you know, we live in a universe, I said that to Leo too, we live in a universe of reciprocity. So everything that you put out into this universe has to come back to you for good or for bad. So if you've put out good energy, that good energy has to come back to you. It's like there are no shortcuts in this. And we always try to find shortcuts to life, but there are never any shortcuts. You know what I mean? Because you're always going to have to pay the piper, I guess. That's how you would say that. Let's hear, give me one Work Your Light Oracle card for my Cancer peeps. To give them steps going forward, please, Spirit. clear and direct guidance, anything that Cancers need to know to empower them going forward into October, please, Spirit. Anything they need to know on their journey. One card. Okay, I'm going to say this one because it hit my thumb. And then we're going to do one card from the Chakra Oracle deck. This card exposes people, so I'm just giving y'all a forewarning. Spirit, please give me one Chakra Oracle card for my Cancerians going into October, please, Spirit. Any additional information that they need to know that will assist them on their journey of evolution and growth and personal development and self-actualization and all that wonderful stuff. You know? Let's give them a card that hits them in the jugular. Getting real, you know? What I'm saying? Little Cancer piece. Little Cancerians and whatnot. Did you see my funny interlude video? I feel like my posture is like so bad right now, but this chair is really comfortable. I'm sorry. Okay, that's stuck straight up. Let's go with that. All right, so first card that we have says, trust the niggle. That must be like a British word. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? I've never used that word in my life. But I know niggle is your gut feeling. So it's like, what are you feeling in your gut? You know, what is it that Spirit is trying to tell you? Like, what is it that's really pulling at you? Now, if you don't know the answer to that right now, this is an inquiry card, which means it's a meditation for you. So going into October, it's like if you feel something that's pulling at you, spend some time alone with Spirit, #hangman, right? And ask Spirit to show you in a dream, you know, to speak to you, give you signs, synchronicities, what have you. But to find out what the root of this feeling is, like what is it that's kind of tugging at me, or what is it that I'm not doing, or what truth is it that you're trying to reveal to me about, you know, where I'm at in my life right now. So that could be for like my Cancers who, you know, don't know what this little demon that they're trying to battle is, and thought, like what thought process is keeping them like stuck. It's like, I know that it's something that's keeping me stuck, but I don't know what it is. So trust it. If you don't know what it is, meditate on that. So, you know, when you're sitting quietly by yourself, pose that question to Spirit. Don't think about it, just sit with it. You know what I mean? And the answer will reveal itself to you. The next card that we have is Soulmate. Soulmate. Story time. And you guys, root chakra work. So, and this very well, well, I'm not going to necessarily say very well be a Leo, but it's talking about this stability and security. So not having that, not feeling safe in a very deep sense, like rooting back to childhood. So it's almost like this rush to get this tangible evidence of security is because of a feeling of insecurity within, you know what I mean? Like in a foundational sense. So it's needing things or people or situations that are going to make you feel like safe, secure, and protected, right? Those are all root chakra issues. Wait, where's my little thing? Well, is it meant for me to read this? Did I read this to somebody already? Well, it's funny because I usually read the little tidbits that they have in the front, but I opened it up to the actual page, so maybe it's just meant for me to read the page. Okay, anyway. So it says, it is time to face my true feelings. The legend. It is time for him to leave her again. To use the script he always does at this point. He even knows her next line. She will say, "How can you do this to me?" But unexpectedly she says, "I love you." The words of the script die on his tongue. He struggles to get them out. Just a few words and he will be free, but they won't come. Suddenly he clasps her to him. He loves her. This is the true freedom he sought. Inspiration. To enjoy the beauty of a rose, we must risk being pricked by our inner thorns. This offers a new way to live. The best incentive to change is love. Personal inquiry. What truth am I embracing? This card indicates no longer living a lie. Key ideas: speaking your truth, choosing love, freedom through transformation, resistance to commitment, an unexpected outcome, new truths, authenticity, and trust. Yo, 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 Cancer. I told y'all these cards cut straight to the issue. This is talking about a cycle of self-protection. And it's now you guys having this challenge of showing up in your truth, trusting spirit, and believing that you guys walking this new path is going to warrant you what it is that you desire. And this is the question that I can pose to you, because change is scary. You know what I mean? We use the defense mechanisms that we use because in one way or another, or one time in our life, it kept us safe. But there always comes a time that the things that we use to keep us safe are no longer serving us, right? And then the question becomes, what do you have to lose? Because whatever it is you were doing before isn't working for you anymore. So it's like, you're not really losing anything. So if I'm talking to a cusper, is that manipulation? Why not take off the manipulation? It hasn't worked for you. You know what I mean? So now it's like time for you guys to stop that script. And that script is that the things that we say and we do, those defense mechanisms that we believe are protecting us from our greatest fears. But in truth, our greatest fears are existing within ourselves because we are the only one that's holding ourselves back from the life that we desire and from what it is that we really want. So what can you really lose by showing up as your authentic self? You could be rejected, so what, big deal. But the beautiful thing is now you're radiating the light of the truth of who you are into the world, and what you send out has to come back to you. So what do you think you're gonna call in? A soulmate, twin flame, or your freaking soul tribe? And that's never a loss, right? To have people around you that you have like a camaraderie and a commonality with, to have a community with people that you resonate with, you know what I mean? But the longer that you don't show up as yourself is the longer that you spend away from those people. You could spend a whole lifetime if you want to keep kidding yourself. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? All you guys want is love. And that was the heart of the card. So this is really a cusp reading, I swear. That was the heart of the card that Leo got. It's the fact that this person wasn't being, you know, tricky or had ulterior motives to really harm people. It's just that they were too afraid to open up and say, hey, I'm scared and I want to be loved. I just don't want to say that out loud, you know? So I'm going to be a Cancer, and I'm just going to expect you to know that you're supposed to love me and know what I need. And then when you don't give it to me, I'm just going to get mad because you're supposed to know, because you're just supposed to know. Yeah, that was a Cancer cheap shot. I did it. You knew it was coming. But yeah, guys, you know, I hope that helped. All you really want is love. I think at the heart of it all, we all do. We put up 1,000 defense mechanisms pretending we don't need people, or that we're cool being alone and all this other kind of buffoonery. But I mean, at the heart of it all, every single human being wants love. We want to feel connected. We want to feel cherished. We want to feel cared about. You know what I mean? We want somebody to say, I love your face, and maybe kiss it, you know? I don't know what else Cancer's like. Somebody to know what it is that we want without telling us, just knowing because they're supposed to know. Stuff like that. But that has been your mid-September reading, Cancerian person. I hope it has been of service to you. Let me know down in the comments. But until then, I will see you guys in October. Deuces.